Welcome guys to the weekly markets analysis, and let me present my point of view on a few markets I'm trading for the coming week and even months. If you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe, and let's jump to the first asset because everybody is watching crypto right now. So let's start from crypto, from BTC. And what we see here, last week we had a really nice test of 28,800 level, 28,800 level. But as you can see, based on those levels, which we plotted a long time ago, this 30, 34, 33,000 on the weekly closes is still like holding. So it's something which I want to point a little later. First thing, stochastics are in the bearish control zone. They look like they want to cross up. Until they cross up, I'm not taking it as a signal, and until they leave the critical zone. And as you can see, because I believe the BTC entered at least this short-term bearish market. This is what happened here in 2018. Even if the stochastics were in the critical zone crossing to the upside, they provided a nice bounce opportunity, but they can stay here for a while. This is how the stochastics works. People tend to misinterpret them. It's like when they cross, it has to go down. No, it doesn't. Basically, for this whole uptrend here, you had stochastics in the critical zone, and well, they crossed several times, at least 5 times, and they didn't provide any really big opportunity. Of course, there were shorting in the uptrend. It's not what I really like. So on the weekly, it looks, I'm looking at this weekly close. If it closes like here or even slightly above the last weekly open, I'll be looking for the movement at least to the top of the range, probably a little higher over coming weeks for a bounce. But even if it gets to 38,000 level, well, it will be a really big sell for me. As we can see on a daily is kind of promising. So first thing, I'll just cut off my zones for a moment. The 21 EMA is still holding the price action. This daily didn't close, so I'm looking at this daily close also. If it closes above 21 EMA, I will be looking at least for a movement to 36,500 level. And what we can see here, 200 EMA is sloping down, 21, 55, 100, all of them are sloping down. So it's basically in a downtrend, and just looking at PA, lower highs, and lower lows all the way down. So it is in a downtrend. It's basically bearish AF on a daily, and it doesn't look too good yet. One thing to point on the bullish side, we have stochastics cross to the upside, heading up, so it gives buy pressure for the price action. And what makes me think, if this daily closes like this, and the next one probably a retest of the 35,000 level, which will be a good buy if you want to long. I will be looking for this movement to extend at least to $41,000 and probably even higher. So probably even to $45,000 if it wants to continue. So like in a bear market, there will be bounces, there will be some nice bull traps, which are highly tradable, of course. And I'm really patiently looking at the structure here. If it closes below the 21 and the next day will provide a bounce, well, I will see. I'll basically want to see BTC going down back to 28,000 levels and probably lower over time. But what I think, and this is what I want to share with you, this is on the quarterly basis and using Bollinger Bands only for this set. So we have basically right now like a range between $47,000 and $48,000, probably even higher depending how far those this top Bollinger Band will go, and the low of the range around the Bollinger Band mean. So it's what I think, and this is like crystal balling. I think we can expect kind of bullish months or a quarter, month or two, basically, for a backfill on this quarterly dildo, and then follow down. basically, if I was to do like one-to-one, basically like this scenario here. So we had like a closure below the Bollinger Band and then going up to the top of the range and then to the bottom, and then started consolidating for a while. So this is what I think, and this is the bigger range. I think we have at least like a few weeks of some bullish price action coming. Especially like if I go back to a daily, this is the picture I kind of like. I mean, if this dildo closes above the 21 EMA, I will be looking really for an extension to 41,000 and probably even higher. Because this is kind of the setup, like if the price actually wants to fade this 255 EMA cross, and this looks overall good if this 21 EMA is broken. If it's not, well, then lower. So then we'll continue the downtrend, and I will be a happy bird shorting it more. So with it said, what I wanted to say basically on the 4-hour time frame, just a low one for many people. BTC is respecting the 200 SMA here. I have a scenario where it can go even higher to 36,000 level, which is confluent with what we said before on a daily. But basically, 4-hour, it's not presenting itself best. 3-hour looks more bullish, but overall, it's like stochastics on 3-hour and 4-hour are high up, and if they cross and leave the critical zone, then I'll be looking for the continuation to the downside. Right now, it's just consolidating in the range between 36,400 and let's say $33,000. This is what I'm looking with this price action. And today will be an important day for me because I will see this daily close and of course the weekly. So BTC, it's bearish, but I still expect some bullishness in the coming months or weeks, based on how will we close this weekly though this time, because it's still respecting the 55 EMA. If we use the EMAs, if we use the zones, you can see the picture once again. One more thing with the CME, because many people look at it, this weekly is not the worst close, it's not the best close, and it offers a potential to the upside, but overall, if we look at the daily, it doesn't look too good. Okay, so I'm still favoring shorts over longs. If I'm longing, I am going to really be very conservative with taking profits and just looking for this price action to short it. And for me, $45,000 will be a perfect area to short the cone and drive it lower. So yeah, this is my point of view on BTC. Bearish until proven otherwise. And let's go to Euro USD, because many things happened on Euro USD. I was not trading it too much last week. But basically what we said, this is our main trading range. It closed bearish, and the stochastics are going down. So I'll be looking for some backfill, a little higher, probably to 119. But overall, I want to see it at 117,600 level, at least, probably even lower, 117,500, let's call it, which will come back to this support and probably some bounce. The daily doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks bad using the EMAs, so we can see the 55 and 21 and 100 crossed, provided a nice resistance of this 200 EMA, which reacted pretty nice to our bottom of the trading range. So I'm still going to trade this range between 119,500 down to 118,450. This is my trading range for the coming week. It looks like it's providing a nice reaction. It has some bullish divergence here. Of course, not confirmed, but because it is in the critical zone, I'm basically not waiting for the confirmation. So on a daily basis, I will look for it to test higher, at least to 119 during this week, and see how it goes from here. So we had a scenario on the Euro USD where it is a lower high here. Now I'm waiting for the lower low to confirm the downtrend. If it wants to, it can still be pretty nice, consolidating in this range, something like this. I will remove it in a little while, to the upside or to the downside, however you like to see it. But basically, well, if I turn it off, basically on the weekly it still will be a higher high until it's broken, and I don't like this weekly close too much. It's providing this, it looks like it's reacting off this level, but I'm not really looking for longs yet on it. I'd rather play the smaller time frame range. Here it is on the daily. On the 4 hour also, like at 21 EMA, of course stochastics cross to the upside, so if it wants to, it can go even to 119, 120, even to 200 EMA, see it around there, and probably dump more. So with GBP USD, yeah, basically the same story as with Euro USD. So I have my drawing tools on. So basically we played this range and dumped, well, a wick lower than it, but until it stays in this range, I'm planning to trade it. On a daily basis, it's also providing a bullish divergence here, reaction of this level, and I would be looking for some upside to 138,900, even higher to test the 21 EMA, and then probably dump more to visit 136,760. With GBP JPY, the situation is, it looks more bullish than GBP USD. So it's still in the uptrend. It's still higher highs in place, higher lows in place, and it showed a higher low here. It's reacting off this level 153,650, and looking at this weekly closure, I would be expecting some more price action to the upside, probably even to 154, and then down to the bottom of the range. So as last time, I'm seeing it as my trading range, and daily looks like it wants to confirm it. So it's like a decision time, and if it breaks above, let's say 155, I will be looking for the more movement to the upside, but basically I'm trading this range, and if it breaks, then lower. It's still valid bearish divergence here, which looks like it played because we have a hidden bullish divergence and it's still in the uptrend. So it doesn't look too bad for me. I mean, it looks better than GBP USD right now and Euro USD, especially. So GBP JPY, I kind of lean on the more bullish side on it, and of course some downside to 150. It's like nothing is, if it wicks down here, it will be a good buy opportunity in my opinion. Australian dollar, US dollar, yeah, I don't trade it much, but we broke this support here, retested it, provided a nice bounce, and I'm looking for it to go down more to even 173,550-ish, to test the 200 EMA and SMA. And well, because it's still in the uptrend, of course it violated it for a while, but we can look at this as a lower, higher low, and this one a higher low. On the weekly, if the 200 EMA and 100 EMA cross, they will provide kind of a nice bounce, especially that the price, it can provide a nice bounce if it's not faded, especially that the price action is really close to it. And the same story as in Euro USD and all the trading pairs we were talking about. Bullish divergence here on a daily. Nice reaction of this level back to the 200 EMA, probably a little more to 0.75 730, but overall I will be looking for the resolution to the downside. If it breaks it to the above, if it breaks this 0.75 700 level to the upside, I will be interested to trade it to the upside to the top of this range around 0.78 600. Let's go with USD PLN, Polish zloty, my national currency. So on the weekly basis, as we spoke, nice reaction of this level, which we draw some time ago, 384. It went down pretty nice to test the 376 700, but with this closure, I will be looking for some backfill, probably a little lower, and the stochastics are going to the upside and cross the critical zone. So I'm kind of still bullish on it, and I will be looking for a movement even to 389 600 90, and let's mark this level so we can see how it worked, probably even lower somewhere here. So 388 for 100. And if we look at the daily, well, daily looks good. This closure was not particularly good, a lower high here, but I will be looking for it to go down to 376 as we spoke, and probably test the 21 EMA and see from here. So we are still in this range, and I'm planning to trade this range if it breaks above the smaller one and basically to the top. So right now, anywhere between 383, 800 to, let's say, 384 to 376 is what I'm looking into trading over the coming week. I'm not trading it, but I'm making an analysis on the request. So let's go to DAX, and DAX again is bullish AF. Stochastic still in the critical zone, in the bullish control zone. We had a divergence on a weekly bearish divergence, which already kind of played out. No, so I'll be careful here. And looking for a potential lower high here. So we have two higher highs and then potential lower high created somewhere here. So probably going to 15,780 and then fading it and going lower to the weekly, even to the weekly 21 EMA if you want to be bearish on it. Especially that stochastics had a bearish divergence. They have a hidden bullish divergence, which means some more continuation, but RSI is on the EMA here, and if it rejects, it will easily go to the neutral zone, which is somewhere here. It will not invalidate the overall bull trend on it, but I will be careful for it. On a daily, it looks better, it looks bullish, still riding the 21 and 55 as we spoke. It's like, for me, when we have a price discovery and the price doesn't have any resistances on the way, it's like the best way to trade a trend. Just buy the 21 EMA, let's say here on a daily, manage it with closures below the 55, then you're still in a trade. So I would be still in a trade, especially that we had a really nice test of this 15,500 level. So it still looks good until it does not. And here the same situation is on the weekly. I'm really carefully watching the RSI. So if it wants to bounce off the EMA here, it can provide a reversal. Right now it's bullish. So with Standards and Poor's, yeah, it's still bullish AF. It's still going up, and nothing can stop it for now. And it's kind of, wow, it's like a bullish chart. So I don't have a levels. I don't like plotting and pinpointing the level where it can go. There are people who are doing it. I personally don't. For S&P, it's the same situation. Just buy the 21 EMA, manage with 55 on the daily, and just ride it. So if you enter it along somewhere here, you would be still in the trade. If you like long-term trades. Nasdaq is also bullish AF, and all the indices are bullish AF. So this gives me also on BTC that we might see some bullishness over coming months. They're just going up right now, and nothing. Even like Nasdaq is like. It's like these RSI, they had like a really nice falling channel, which I really like to trade before another breakout. So here is the channel. And you could see price still going up. So it provided multiple bearish divergences, then back here, and then we have like a blue sky breakout. So I would be expecting on it even like more explosive price action. And if it can hit the 18,200 level, wow, it will be amazing during this year. But it looks to me very healthy so far. No really signs of, like a rejection. Daily RSI, stochastics, everything is bullish here. So no signs of weakness here. Let's go to gold. So what happened with gold? Let's start from the weekly. So we had a lower high. A really nice reaction. Stochastics on the weekly are down, so it provides a pressure to the downside. But during the coming weeks, seeing this reaction over here, I'll be still looking for it to come a little higher. We had a bullish divergence here, Stochastics are in a bearish control zone, in a critical zone. They are crossed, but they did not leave it, so I'm not treating it as a signal. I'll be looking for gold to go up to 1820 even, or 18,000. Yeah, 18,010, 1,810. Jesus, I just forget how to speak English. Nevertheless, I will be looking for it to go back, test the 200 EMA or even 200 simple, which is confluent with the Bollinger Band. So 1,820 would be a really nice target for an up movement. But basically, I don't like this chart. It's not overly bullish. If it creates a higher low here, yeah, we can talk about some kind of a wild consolidation and going to the upside. Overall, it doesn't look good for me. On a daily, yeah, probably some upside. Well, if it breaks the 1,820, I will be looking for a movement to 1,850 and a strong sell here. Probably I'll try to play some short here. If it breaks the support here around 1,750, then movement back to 1680 will be really really nice. Let's go to the all, and this will be the final one. So all broke the resistance on the weekly basis. It's still continuing. We marked our 78.75 target. It's still not yet, but the stochastics are going up. They are in the bullish control zone, and well, everything's look bullish AF. So if you think about shorting all, I think it's not healthy to short all. Overall, I think it will still hit 84 to $86 level this year, and it's bullish AF. So, well, just trade it to the upside. This is what I would do if I was trading it. Right now, I'm not. Well, this is all for this week. I hope you liked this analysis, and well, see you in the next video. Take care.